Hi guys, welcome back to Steer Wrestling 101. First of all, thanks for the overwhelming response to YouTube and Facebook. It was just great, and I hope y'all use this as an interactive way to improve your steer wrestling and to share some of the knowledge you have about steer wrestling. This is for you guys. It's not something that we're doing for ourselves, it's something to help you along. If you ever come to my school, you'll know that this is kind of how we start. We start with the basics and then we build your mechanics from there up. Hopefully you enjoy this and will you get something good out of it. And I assume that's probably why you're here, is to learn how to do this correctly, right? So that everything starts working for you where you can have fun with it. And that's another thing. It's a lot more fun if in your mind your mechanics are so good that you don't think you can miss a steer, right? There's nothing out there that, I mean, you feel safe, you feel comfortable, and confidence breeds winning, right? That's how you win. So let's learn these mechanics. And look, I need you to concentrate not just on the big stuff, but the little stuff. What do we do with our hands, okay? What movements are we making, okay? Because a lot of you could go out here and I could tell you, go catch that steer. Boy, you could bail off on him and catch him. But that's not what we're after. We're after to fine tune you guys. Even the guys have been bulldogging a while, okay? We want to fine tune. 9 times out of 10, if you tell somebody to do this, what they'll do is they'll hover like this. They'll walk up to the steer. I'm talking about guys that bulldog for years. They'll hover over that steer and then they'll go. And that's what they do. And look, they have one shot at a steer. It's right there, okay? It's right there. And if they miss that shot, or if and they're timing in just right, they hit them right in the back of the head or they miss them, okay? Our philosophy and the way we do things is this. Hip to the steer, we catch our steer right here. Now, this is the deal. When you catch that steer right there, you're catching his body. You're not catching his head. You got all this area to catch a steer in, right? So we're not headshotting cattle. Also, it sets up your go, because look, the safest place in bulldogging is right here. Right here. If you get to this point right here, you're going to be okay. No matter what that horse does. That bulldogging horse can take a left, he can cut you off, he can do anything he wants to, but if you're driving that hip down there and you've actually pushed into that steer, everything's going to work for you. And look, see how level my shoulders are? See this V I've got here? It allows you to catch these cattle a little higher. The old styles of bulldogging, the way we used to catch them in the old styles was this. We come up here and we go deep as we could get. That's the way we taught it. That's the way I taught it for years, because I didn't know any better. And then the next thing is, look at where my body position is now. I'm way up under my steer. I've got now to go over and get up over the steer. It takes time to do that. It's hard to set up a run like that. So you see a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll start catching cattle, and their arm will come up here like this, and they're not getting anything on their cattle. So it makes them drop on down in there. I turn that hand over, look where it puts my body position. Chest out, hand here, I've got steer caught. Anything that steer does, he takes me backwards and forwards, okay? He'll take me this way or this way, but as long as my shoulders are square, I'm in a safe spot, right? And I'm gonna get that same go, whatever he does. My horse can actually duck back here. As long as I'm like this, I may have to make a step, but guess what? I can get my feet out. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm driving down out of that saddle as close to that horse as I can get. That's the safe spot. I'm close to him. I want my crotch to drive down and stay on that saddle, all the way down that fender, right? I want a vertical line. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be leaning back. I don't want to cut my stomach. None of that. I want a vertical line going straight down. Right here, vertical line, look. I want to drop down, and in our four parts, we're going to drop down, move over to our steer, hip to them. And when I say hip to them, I mean hip to them. That's your quickest move right there. Once you make that quick move, when you drop down and hip to them, you're set, your run's set. Another thing is, if I headshot them, I don't have any time in that hole. I can't set up my run. If I catch body, like I'm doing here, I've got time to set up that run. How many times you got a horse that just quits you right there? or it doesn't just run all the way through, or you got a steer that picks his speed up. You got to set that run up right there. If you're headshotting, you can't do that. You're up there and you're at the mercy of them. This way you can set that run up, okay? Now, so for you guys, starting off, walk up, down, you got reins in your hand, you got a saddle horn in your hand, down, as I move over, as my hip goes over and this arm goes over, this saddle horn's leaving me, right? So I'm gonna leave it right there. There's your saddle horn. Head forward, face forward, look straight down the pin, roll your hand, come off that saddle horn just like this. What I tell you about the little things. This is a little thing, but it's a big thing if you want to get cattle. You hear me? We jump this thing. I want that hand to roll over. This starts that run. Bam. Now, I'm right in the position I want to be in. Bam. Let your feet float, and I'm in position, looking straight down that pin. And look, if you were going to run 10 steers to national finals, you come here to practice. The very thing that I would do would be walk you by this jumping dummy till you get absolutely bored with it. Because your muscle memory needs to work. What are we putting in the subconscious? All the good stuff, right? When you get in hey, if you go to the national finals this year, which you should, in the high school, you don't want to have to think about it, right? When you get to Shawnee, you don't have to think about what you're doing. You want it to work for you, right? So you got to build that muscle memory. And the only way to do it is over and over and over. All right? So, now I want you to walk to me. You got your reins, yeah. Chest out, eyes forward. Hey, you don't have to look at that steer to know where he's at, right? Anybody that tells you they look at cattle when they're getting off is just flat out don't know what he's talking about. I can't tell you 2 steers that I ever run I really looked at as I run down the pen. Okay? My deal was I wanted that horse, I want to place that horse out there, not here at the steer. If I'm looking at the steer, where am I driving my horse to? Right here. If I'm looking past that steer, I'm driving the horse out there. So I'm leaving him out there. I want him to get away from me. I don't want him it's just a tool to get there. All right? You think about that horse as a tool to get there and to get out of your way, then everything starts working for you. Them horses, you can take a donkey and ride him, make him look good. But if you're placing him out there, you got a horse that ducks off, you ride him right up to here, what's he gonna do? He's ducking, because he quit him right there. You drive up there, lots of guys quit their horses. They don't go through the steers. And another thing is you want your feet to land out there, don't you? You don't want your feet landing here short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive that horse, I wanna look out there. When you're practicing, look out here, find your steer with your body, okay? Find your steer with your body. That eliminates a lot of problems, right? Because I'm not looking at horns now. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay? All right, let's do it. Come to my hand. Chest of my hand. All right, down. No, see? Right there, you just fell over on that steer. You never made that downward move out of your saddle. You got to go down first, then over, right? All right, chest, now down. Down, now move over, hip to steer. There you go, buddy. That's the picture. Roll your hand, drag yourself up. Don't move your feet. I didn't tell you to move your feet. Get back, do it again. All right, down, over, catch your steer. You got him. See, this is comfortable right here. You're a shorter person, so I want you even up more, okay? I want you up more. I want that V up there. You ain't got big, long arms, right? You want to be way up over cattle. Take your hand. It's coming off that saddle horn now, all right? Coming off that saddle horn, right there. Slide up, leave your feet there. Now pitch your feet out. Slide your feet out. You got something on him? Okay, let's see if you got all of it on him. Throw your feet back over there. Oh, look where them horns went. They went down, didn't they? Huh? Now place them. Place them right. Now throw them over there. Pick them up. Pick them up. Use them belly muscles. Pick your feet up. Put them behind you. Put them behind you. Now is what I want to see. Now place them. Oh yeah, that's it, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this was a very basic video that of things that we do starting off. We want feedback from any comments that you might have about this, and in the future we're going to bring more videos. We'll have much more detail, and we'll get into it a lot more. But hopefully y'all will give us the feedback we're asking for, and we can all learn together.